Hello everyone and welcome to the wild card matches or the first week of playoffs of the multi-battle conference. We are down to 12 teams remaining. We've got ourselves versus the Platinum Pixies right here, and of course, I cannot do this alone, guys. You guys got to know that by now. Fiona, please.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the MDC playoffs.
I thought you were gonna have more to say than that. I really haven't learned by now. I really haven't learned. But yeah, no, we're just chilling here. We've got a really good matchup here. So if you guys don't remember, the Platinum Pixies had the Palkia team a few weeks ago. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago by now. But either way, Palkia was a really good battle. They actually did drop Palkia for the playoffs, and they picked up Venusaur and Torkoal. And if you guys play VGC, Venusaur is always scary.
Yeah. I think they were looking at their transition period to counter us and have a better matchup versus us.
I don't know if it was I think it was. I think they definitely kept us in mind. I don't want to say it was 100% a counter because at the end of the day, Venusaur is going to be Venusaur. As you guys see, our transaction has been spoiled now thanks to the fact that I did not get there fast enough. But we did drop Gmax Toxicity and picked up Electivire.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
Now, Electivire, of course, having access to Follow Me.
Yep.
And has a little bit more options than Tox. Actually, a lot more.
What I think I really liked about this Electivire pickup for us is it allowed us to utilize Volcarona in a different way, which I think is really going to help us down the stretch, right? Because we can obviously still go support Volcarona, but now we can go support Electivire and maybe set up Volcarona. There's a lot of options for us to get that off. It just makes a little bit more sense. Of course, their team on the screen, our team on the screen. Somehow, I don't know why we're so behind in this one. I don't know why that's the case.
But the Ditto side has the max. Like the Venusaur side has the max.
Yeah, that is their player one. So if they're gonna be leading Ditto or anything, it's gonna be that side. And basically, it's always the opposite, the diagonal side from Fiona. But this is sorry. Go ahead.
So this is a best of 3 set. So
I was just about to say
everybody, we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, strap in, get your cup of coffee. I know Fiona has hers, but get your coffee, get your water, whatever you're gonna drink. Maybe get some snacks, some popcorn. But we're gonna go catapult Mothra right here, and this is a lead I don't think we've really utilized to its full potential yet this season. Can we discuss the fact that they led Ditto again?
Yeah, leading Ditto shocked me.
They're really going for it, though. They're really going for it.
But fortunately for us, they pick up they pick up Volcarona and not Dragapult.
They were never able to pick up Dragapult there. So
yeah,
which is really good. I wonder if they were expecting you to be player one again and figured I'd have the Dragapult so they couldn't counter it again. But I don't know what they were going for there. But either way, I like the. I still like seeing Ditto. It's always fun.
Yeah. So this is a pretty free turn for us to just go for Airstream Heatwave. There isn't really much to discuss. They don't have to switch into this.
Yep.
And the stuff in front of them, they're not happy to take it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Lucario, of course, not going to be happy to be here. He's going to get on out of here. Go into Torkoal.
Give us the
and
sun.
Set up the sun.
Thanks for the sun, bro.
Boost our Heatwave.
To boost our Heatwave. I guess they boosted their Heatwave too, technically. But either way, we figured no reason not to no reason to deviate from the game plan, and we're gonna max Pult because that's what we like to do. So we're gonna max Pult and just click Airstream Heatwave.
Yeah. Big Dragapult, of course, and let's see if they're going Dynamax or not.
Yeah. No Dynamax.
Not surprisingly, they don't, but they are Scarf.
Yeah, and that I think caught us off guard a little bit. I mean, it's not too surprising. Fiona, I know you pointed out during the battle that it might be Sash Lucario since they're going to be follow meing over there. So it's not too shocking with the Scarf, but it is a little annoying that we had to take 62,000,000% with Volcarona before even getting an attack off. Where if they weren't Scarf, we wouldn't have taken damage. But either way, I still think this is a solid turn on our end.
And Torkoal, I always say this, Torkoal is not very good. It took 1,000,000% from that Heat Wave.
Okay, look. This is what I think of Torkoal. Torkoal is really, really good at what it does, but its weaknesses are very, very exploitable. I think that's a better way to look at it. Because I don't think it's a bad mod. Because if you get that thing in Trick Room in the sun, it's going to be packing a punch. It also
Oh
has
yeah.
it also has a lot of defenses which you can use for like yawn and body press and stuff like that. So what it does is very good, but its special defense is just not what it does. So
Yeah.
like that's from a Volcarona too. Like Volcarona's 130. That's ridiculous. And there's the horse. And
So
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
the horse could not Dynamax now. That is really important. So we
Mm-hmm.
wanted to abuse this and
Get rid
go
of it
for
while we can.
the max move into the horse
Mm-hmm.
while it's not maxed yet.
Yep. And actually, what I'm gonna do right now, guys, is I'm actually a little bit curious because we were debating in the moment if Giga Drain off, excuse me, if Giga Drain or Heat Wave from Volcarona would have done more to Horse. It's more one of those things out of curiosity that you kind of look at during the match. We did decide to Heat Wave just because we pick up big damage on Torkoal as well. Potentially get the burn on the horse. It just works out the most best case scenario. You can actually see in behind the scoreboard there that I am hovering over Giga Drain right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do some math real quick.
But yeah, in the end, we did choose to Heat Wave because we figured
Yeah,
Stab and Sun boost since Sun doubles fire
so
moves.
it's
It was
1.5.
stronger.
Is it double? I swear it's 1.5.
It's double.
I swear it's 1.5. But anyways, doesn't matter. It still boosts the move. It still boosts the move. And going for the Heat Wave here.
And that does so much
And we
damage.
do
And we
actually
get the
get
burn on the
and we do
Mudsdale.
actually get the burn. Horse,
So now Volcarona is able to eat this reply.
yeah, and there's a Wisp, and right into our prep here, we've got a nice little Lumberry. The funny thing is, the Lumberry wasn't for a Wisp from Torkoal. It was for either maybe a Yawn from Torkoal, maybe it would have been a Thunder Wave from the Klefki.
Or a sleep powder from Venusaur, of course.
Yeah, of course. Right, this was basically our anti-Venusaur lead. It was whatever they did, we're going to get an Airstream up, and then we're going to be faster. So, speaking of getting an Airstream up, I told Fiona to Airstream here, and I still stand by this play because Venusaur is going to be in the back. And with Venusaur in the back, if we get another Airstream up, Volcarona will outpace it regardless of the fact that the sun is up. And I think that was just the better way to do it. Like, we could have Phantasmed here, but I'd rather get to speed.
It hasn't gained nothing. You are right. Because we're just lowering defenses on Pokemon that are going to die anyway this
Yep.
turn.
So the Airstream goes into Torkoal, and we just get the Giga Drain off into Mudsdale. They were never going to max a Mudsdale at that low and burned. It was just not worth it for them.
Yeah.
So we're going to get the Giga Drain kill. We're going to get, what, 10 HP back maybe?
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
the horse has decent HP.
Oh, wow, it
Oh,
actually
we got a little bit. We got like 30.
Okay,
Thank
I
you,
mean, I
Force,
guess
for the massive health stat you have.
I guess it's also level 100, right? So
Yeah.
a little bit, we get a little bit more back. But either way, I mean, this game's going exactly as we wanted it to. I don't think we have any complaints about how this was going so far.
Yeah. Pretty much. They really don't have an answer to this right now because we have so much so much speed boosts.
Yep, they
And their
can't
last
do
two
much.
ones are Venusaur and Klefki,
Mm-hmm.
and both of those are like Volcarona food.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that they can really get off right now is a Dynamax, but right now it's currently on the Klefki side, and that's what I'm checking right there when I look at the team, just to make sure Nick is the one with the Klefki. But we just agree that this Heatwave Dragon Darts is just the play. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. They can go for Thunder Wave. But
They
they
do.
actually go for Switcheroo.
Mm-hmm. Which is a very cool option. I like that option. I think it really set up game 2 as well. But anyways, they take my safety goggles off my Volcarona. But Dragon Dart's going out. I'm gonna connect over here into this Venusaur. And thankfully, Lagging Tail does not take effect until the second turn. Or until the turn afterwards. So Volcarona was the same speed it needed to be there. That takes out the rest of that side. And at this point, we're looking very, very nice.
Yeah, and the last mon on Klefki's side is already Lucario, as we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, Lucario is not going to be a fan of Heatwave.
Yep, it's not getting at this point the game's effectively won. They can't break everything here. It's just not possible for them. We also have a Urshifu in the back if they do somehow manage to get through all of this, but I don't think it's gonna matter. There's the Phantom Force from Dragapult right there.
The fact of the matter is, Lucario's defenses are too low to the point where it's going to have to take a hit every turn, and he's just not capable of doing that.
It can't 1v6 a team. As much
Yeah.
as, like, as good as Lucario is, especially in Draft League formats because of versatility, it gets follow me. I really like its typing as well. It's not going to 1v6 a team. It's just not what
Mhm.
Lucario is capable of doing. So, me and Fiona are pretty happy here. We're kind of looking forward to game 2. Right now, it's just clicking the right buttons and not losing. Is basically, I forgot they could actually still Dynamax. Did they not Dynamax this game?
I don't think they did.
That's, I mean, at the end of the day, it is still technically over. But
Yeah.
because even if they max here, they're still taking a heat wave, and they're not taking that. So they decided to go for the bullet punch. I
They
think
actually crit.
they did crit and kill, but I think personally, if I was on their, we get the flame body.
Mhm.
But if I would have been on their side of the field, I probably would have maxed since it was my turn to max anyways, and not revealed
Bullet punch, yeah.
bullet punch. It is a best of 3. It's one of the things, especially in a draft league, if you can hide information, you hide information for the next few battles, right?
Yeah.
Like here, I'm coming in. It's like I could click sucker punch and kill it, but I'm not gonna click sucker punch. I'm gonna click wicked blow. You know why reveal?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna reveal protect. I'm gonna reveal something they already know we're obviously gonna have. And I think you
Yeah.
just went darts as well, right? We didn't need to kill it that fast. We'll take the W here. But I think one dart
I
kill.
mean,
I think one dart
one
kill.
dart.
One dart. The other dart's still flying. It's still going.
Yeah.
Rumor had it there was a sighting. There was a sighting of it the other day, but it's still going.
Should have drafted Dreepy for the extra dragon dart. Only
that
thing.
would imagine if that was if that imagine that interaction though. If you had Dragapult and Dreepy on the field, you got a third dart. Could you imagine?
You switch it in that turn,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, the next dart.
Yeah, they're like Dragon Darts can't kill us here. Then you get the third one out there. What? Sorry. Okay. Anyways, that's besides the point. Room service Escavalier, guys. We were never bringing it. I think the only thing we would have brought it for is if they were going like hard Trick Room. I think that would have been our only option. Well, not really our only option, but one of our only reasons to bring it. I think our other game plan was just better.
Yeah. The room service was, of course, to underspeed Torkoal in Trick
Yep.
Room.
Yep. Like we said, it was basically me and Fiona in prep were like, do we even build this thing? We ended up deciding to build it just in case some odd chance we ended up somehow maybe getting stuck, somehow ending up with Hesty, but I don't even think the way I positioned my mind it would have legitimately been possible. So
Yeah, there's no way. I
there,
think the other picks we had were just better.
yep, agreed. So right now we're basically just waiting. We decide to say, you know what, game 1 went so super well. We're gonna basically just wait for them to start locking in, and then we'll make our then we'll lock in following suit, right? Because if we just lock in immediately, they then have the mind game going, oh, they just locked in. The chances are they're doing the exact same thing,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a pointless mind game. But at the same time, I don't know. I still like doing it. It's just one of the things if you can maybe make them think you're switching it up,
Yeah.
then it works. But so we're chilling right now. We're chilling. We do finally lock in after Steel locked in over there, so no reason not to.
Yes.
Because what really in this league, once one side locks, both sides might as well lock. They kind of know, like they can't really completely change their game plan anymore, right? So
A lot of people when they play this league, they're in a call with their partner
yep,
and talking about moves
I
through
I'd
it.
I'd imagine I'd say at least 99% of the league, if not more, like almost I'd say every team would do it is in a call. I mean, I know we've had a few teams in the past that don't join call, but I'm really confident this season. I think if not every team, maybe one of them isn't in a call, but they should all be in a call. I'd be shocked if
Mhm.
they're not.
So Mudsdale Klefki adaptation here, which I think is a really good adaptation from them.
Yep, I like that adaptation. And basically, we went with the same thing. One, because we didn't think they could really break it that like offensively or that immediately. And we also thought, you know what, if they do adapt, we have the adaptation to go back to that afterwards if we wanted to.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things to worry about here. Like, do they swagger? Do they screens? Do they thunder wave?
Do they let they're not going to thunder wave because they're lagging now, right? They won't
Yeah.
have thunder wave. But and I think these next few turns are basically calling each other's bluffs. Are we gonna call the lagging tail? Are they gonna actually go for the switcheroo lagging tail? And I think that these next few turns really just dictated the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I think we just heat wave here.
It's obvious they're gonna max the horse. They let it.
Yep.
I don't see a reason for them not to max the horse.
Yeah. I wonder if we should have
I
left.
didn't feel comfortable staying in here because I didn't want to get blown back by a dark move.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if it would have still just been better anyways. But anyways, regardless of that, they're gonna.
Sorry, that's not why I switched. The reason why I switched is because I didn't want to be sitting there doing nothing because I didn't want to max.
Yeah, yeah. If you max and you're going last after that, it's not great. You don't want that lagging tail. But regardless, here this Mudsdale is gonna grow large. Big horse finally getting it off. I think that was definitely the correct adaptation from their end, and they're gonna go for a nice little light screen. Very very well put. And I'm expecting a rock fall. I don't think Volk is taking anything here.
No. Heatwave comes out. Klefki actually takes that really well. I was surprised.
Yeah, I'm sure they built it to live Clef to Volcarona stuff, so that wouldn't surprise me. But Rockfall coming out, and Volcarona, you were dominant in the first game, but I apologize for that. You had to take that.
Yeah,
unfortunately. I wasn't going to switch. I mean, I guess I could have swapped in Slippy straight on. Looking back at it, but the thing is, there was also a chance they just targeted Dragapult there, right? So, who knows? I think Volcarona was the obvious target, but it is what it is. We get Slippy coming in now, and yeah, I think. So, yeah, go for it.
Now we're in a good position, we feel like, because we have crit Decidueye again.
Yeah. So even if they were to set up a reflect, we're gonna go for
the crit on the Mudsdale and do like a lot of damage to it.
Yep. Even if they were to set up the reflect, crit Decidueye is gonna probably be doing 50% to that thing with a Leaf Blade. Of course we got to get the crit though. So we decide to Earth Power the Klefki because at the end of the day, the Klefki is still a threat. The threat of lagging tail existing is something we need off the field right now. We can't get our normal Dragapult stuffs off. We can't get our big Urshifu. I guess Urshifu's not a problem, but we can't get a lot of stuff off if we don't have that. If we have that lagging tail, so we need to get rid of this Klefki. Unfortunately, Earth Power does not do that, and also unfortunately, Leaf Blade does not get the critical hit through Reflect. So there's a max.
Yeah, I don't understand how that happened because I had the game the same day where the person I played crit all 3 max moves with their crit kit. So
it is what it is. I mean, you can't ask for it, but you can't ask for it, but at the same time, you can't really get mad when you don't get it. But at the same time, you want it. It's like a roller coaster of emotions every time you use like a 50% chance to crit. But we don't get it. It is what it is. We do Data Sand after the lash out, which is kind of funny, but
unfortunately, this Klefki is still alive.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're forced to protect Dragapult here. We can't risk. Yeah. We can't risk a lagging tail, right? Because it's back. The max is back on Fiona's side. I was expecting the lagging tail to come out.
Yeah.
Just to wreck the rest of the matchup. Of course, we got to kill the Klefki here. Seismitoad has to kill the Klefki.
Agreed. So we're just gonna protect, and they swagger.
Yep. And I really like that play from their end. I mean, I think they're expecting us to play passively around the lagging tail now. And they just called our bluff. They said, "You're not attacking here. You're not maxing here because I can give you a lagging tail right now." And they took that opportunity. They gave themselves a +2, and that's where they went. It was, I like that turn. That was a really good play on their end.
I mean, I think if we were to Wyrmwind that turn, I think we'd still die to the +1 lash out anyways.
No.
+1 dark anyways.
No, we don't. I calc that. But the thing is, if we max and they give us lagging tail, then we're in trouble because then we're slow for the next 2 turns of our max. I don't think we could have ever maxed.
Also, I just want to point out we are Infiltrator.
Yes. Yes, we are.
So the screens are effectively useless.
Yeah, as long as Dragapult's getting attacks off, which unfortunately at this point it doesn't look like it's going to, but back to the max here for Slippy if we wanted to. I mean, I think we're so far back in this game, we need to just find a better maxer, and I don't know what that maxer is going to be.
Yeah. I still think the game plan was to max Slippy, not this turn, but later. I'll mention it. But
I don't think it
We
was
have
ever.
Weather Ball in on this what's it called?
Toad.
Slip. So we decided, we could probably just get rid of Crobat
Yeah.
and then get rid of that side and then make it a 2v1 as fast as possible, and then it could be doable.
Yeah, I mean, not get rid. I don't think it was ever gonna kill Crobat, but it was definitely gonna do a lot more than any other move I had to it. So thanks for the sand,
Mhm.
Mudsdale. We much appreciate it.
Yeah, I think Weather Ball is a lot more useful than any other move I've had on Slippy and Prep. So
Yeah, I love this. We've run Infestation on this Seismitoad. We've now run Weather Ball on it. We do things with this Seismitoad. It's still bad. Don't get me wrong. It's still a terrible Pokemon. But and there it is, the
they had
Hypnosis.
Hypnosis.
They click Blind Hypnosis, and if you ever want to bother, you ever want to get me and Fiona mad, you just click Blind Hypnosis. That's what you do. But Lashio coming out here, which makes perfect sense. I mean, I guess they had to, I don't know
No,
why.
it doesn't, because I was expecting them to go for like target Slippy because Phantom Force is really obvious.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think they had the same concept as we did. I think, well, they obviously have a Venusaur in the back, I would assume, so I don't think they're scared of Slippy. I think they get rid of your side. I think they're doing what we're trying to do. We're trying to get rid of that one side so we can deal with the other.
That's fair.
I think they're doing the exact same thing. Like, if they would have missed that there, I don't think it would have mattered to them because the following turn, they just get it off. Right?
Yeah.
So, the only way that hurts them is if I scald the horse and you Phantom Force the horse, and that picks up coming off the next turn before the horse can attack. But now we've got Forums the Electivire in here. Its first appearance for our team in the multi-battle conference, but
I had a
it's
bad
here.
timing.
Yeah,
Mudsdale.
yeah, I had terrible time. Crobat's gonna Tailwind. I like that setup for whatever's in the back on their end. That's fair, nothing to complain about. And Form's gonna go for Thunderbolt. Of course, the light screen being up, didn't expect it to do that much. And of course, Slippy is still asleep. I personally think if Slippy wakes up there, I think we have a chance.
Yeah.
Because if Slippy can wake up and kill the Crobat, I legitimately think we win. There's a high horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Shukaberry is not meant to take the +2 high horsepower. It's basically just there to take the max quake, not at +2. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately there for Electivire, it just decided to drop. But it
Light
is what
screen's
it is.
gone.
Yeah.
So if we wake up, we are able to KO Crobat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think this is the turn we max, and the reason why I'm going to say that is, yeah, there's a Venusaur in the back, but at the same time, if we don't max, we're taking so much damage from this Mudsdale.
I think we take too much anyways.
The
That's
problem is, no, but you get the berry. I still think it's better that way, because then you can actually kill Crobat and then focus on that side still. Because I think Slippy can take 2 hits from a +2 Mudsdale at through max.
I don't know, but the thing is, what I think here. Okay, you wake up, I kill Crobat, right? Let's say I wake up, I kill Crobat. First of all,
Yeah.
They switched out anyways, but we didn't know that at the time. I personally think we wake up, we kill Crobat, Mudsdale hits into us. The following turn, Lucario and Mudsdale are on the field. The Lucario chips us into range of another Mudsdale attack, and I go down anyways. Because that does a lot. So it's doing, let's say we max there, it's doing 40%. Lucario chips us down with a close combat, and Lucario has a lot of offensive investment, I would assume. It was doing a lot of damage throughout the game, so it wouldn't surprise me too much. But I'm pretty sure Lucario plus Mudsdale here was going to kill, even if we had maxed. So.
The question is, where is the Sash? Is it on the Crobat?
That's a good point. I mean, you never know. You don't know, because this is close combat, and that just
we would have found out if we max moved the Lucario, right? If it died, and it wasn't the Sash on that one.
It wouldn't have died, though. Max Scald wouldn't have dropped. Max Water would not have brought it down to Sash, so.
Really?
Yeah,
it did. That regular Scald did a lot of damage.
It didn't do 50%, though.
Yeah, it did.
Did it? But then it's still not double, though. It's going from base 80 to 130.
No, it did like 70.
That's like 55. It's not killing.
Okay.
I don't think a Max Scald kills. Ever. But anyways, it doesn't matter at that point. We can argue all we want back and forth. My real question is, how do you guys watch this? It's basically just me and Fiona arguing about the game.
Yeah. But this game is effectively over. There's nothing we can do.
And this is where I kind of am regretting the fact that we made a mistake and didn't upgrade our Urshifu in the transaction cycle. I mentioned it to Fiona while prepping this week, and I was like, oh no. We could have upgraded our Urshifu. Let's hope that doesn't come in and cost us anything here. So we're stuck with the regular Urshifu here. Cannot go through protects, unfortunately, with the max, but it is what it is. I don't think there's really any way out of this. We get the Max Knuckle up here. Max Knuckle is going to connect into Lucario. Lucario is going to go down.
Yeah. And Mudsdale probably has a fighting move to take us out here. Or it actually doesn't. It has high horsepower and just takes us out. Or it doesn't take us out. It doesn't take us out. Urshifu is a beast.
Urshifu is a beast, okay? Urshifu's a beast. And
it's Crobat.
It's Crobat. Here's one of the things, you just kind of attack into stuff anyways. And I attack the horse, basically saying if they mess up, if they click something like Tailwind, if they click something like Hypnosis and we can kill the horse, we can maybe see what's in the back. So they do actually give the Tailwind, and we do get a chance to hit the horse here. And we're going to hit the horse.
I'm surprised they didn't just attack us.
And that's why
we wouldn't have had to reveal a Pokemon here.
Exactly, but at the same time, I was also questioning at this point if they even have an attacking move. It's Tailwind and Hypnosis, that's what we've seen. I feel like they'd have to have one of them, but you never know, right? Like,
I just don't see 4 support moves on this thing.
Taunt, they wanted to stop us from tricking.
Taunt and what?
Taunt, Hypnosis, Tailwind, and I don't know, maybe it's Super Fang.
Mm.
Maybe it's Super Fang. Maybe Super Fang was their attacking move, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I actually should have asked them in the post game convo, but I never got around to it. Yeah, no, I'd be very curious on this Crobat right now. I would be very, very curious.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but
I decided to max guard here because if this Crobat, let's say, doesn't actually have an attacking move, as we do see another Hypnosis there, so still no attack yet. And Giga Drain coming up, but that's unfortunately 100%. I was going to say, if Crobat doesn't have an attacking move, and Venusaur has like Leaf Storm or something, and with no Sledge Bomb, they may not actually be able to hit us at all with an 100% accurate move, and that could give us a chance. Of course, now we have to Sucker Punch because there's 2 turns of Tailwind, but if Sucker Punch takes this thing out, we legitimately might have a shot.
Yeah. If it somehow take it out.
It is +1. It is a +1 Sucker Punch. Like, that does do a lot.
That wasn't even close.
No, unfortunately, but there's the Giga Drain, and that will seal it up there. So, yeah. Down goes Ursh, and on to game 3. And this is where me and Fiona were debating quite a bit in team preview here on what we wanted to do. Yeah, Fiona, I'll let you talk about that for a bit.
So, after that, we were kind of debating, how do we stop this? And we decided, we have set up Volcarona. We could lead Electivire here. And Electivire or Volcarona, and then even if they lead like a Sun thing again, we'll be able to beat it because we're Goggles Volk.
Yep. We also cover the Mudsdale because if they actually want to hit our Volcarona that turn, they have to just regularly click Rock Slide, and that forces the max off of them for 2 turns, which gives us an opportunity to come in. And I am gonna say, guys, I am a fool, and my guy Unfamous, my guy Jay, made me the great nice little scoreboard here, and I am a fool and didn't update it, so I will have to fix that in post-editing. But it is currently 1-1, just to let you guys know, but it's fine. You guys won't even notice that. You'll be like, Ryan, what are you talking about? I mean, if I can actually fix it properly. But either way, back to the game.
So, we decided to go with the Volcarona Electivire option. We locked in immediately.
Yep.
Most of our discussion was just while setting up the sides and stuff.
It also back to mind games. I don't even think we considered this, but it might have also let them think we were gonna go with the exact same thing again. Because, like we were saying in game 2, when you lock in really, really fast, it's one of the things where it's like, okay, did they just click the same buttons, right? Where were they thinking about this at all? So, we do have that mind game as well now. I'm not sure if they're thinking it or what they're thinking on their end right now. Obviously, they know we're going to adjust, right? You got to think. You have to think from their end. They're thinking we're gonna adapt somehow, right?
Yeah.
So
they actually, I'm surprised on how long they were thinking through this.
No, I think that's fair.
Because I personally think their game plan was really dominant.
Yep, I think their game 2 was their best was their best plan, personally myself.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, we could have also just led Slippy, and that would have really just put a damper in it, right? Like if we just lead Slippy and just scald the Mudsdale, right?
I mean, we'd have to get a burn.
I mean, it just gives us that option. Why would it? But then the thing is that they can't Oko Slippy. I mean, okay, they max the Mudsdale and risk the burn. Do you do that? I don't think you can. So I wonder if that's what I wonder if that's what they were thinking about. Because I'm sure they thought about leading the same thing. It worked for them. Why would you change it, right? But I just wonder if they were scared of potentially like a Decidueye Seismitoad thing, just coming out and kind of just shutting him down. But anyways, forearms and he's gonna hit the field here. He's ready to go. Also, by the way, we're Vital Spirit. Vital Spirit Electivire. We literally said you're not gonna sleep powder us this week. Anyways.
So obviously Lucario is going to click follow me. We know that. So we want to abuse that by going for the Thunderbolt into the Lucario, break a potential sash it has. And since they're just going to trick him, we don't want to really remove the Lucario on the field. They're kind of passive right now.
Yep. So we're just going to
we decide Quiver Dance is the best option.
Yeah, let them follow me. Let them get the Trick Room up. We'll QD up. Slowbro is probably going to be a special attacker anyways. Lucario doesn't threaten too much damage into Volk. So this is a really safe Quiver Dance. I know it kind of seems dumb, Quiver Dancing, and they're going to set up Trick Room, but literally we don't want to knock anything out.
Yeah. I mean, Volcarona was faster anyways.
Yeah.
Literally doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course. But it would matter maybe in the long run if they bring in like Crobat or something in Trick Room to slow us down. But I mean, it's still the right play, I think. Thunderbolt doesn't do that much. We have no special attack investment for it, so. It was there for Crobat, basically.
And, of course, they said Trick Room. Not shocking at all.
Follow me, Trick Room. Anybody else shocked by that?
So now...
Max is on the Lucario.
What do we do with Electivire? I don't remember
you follow me here, which I didn't really like per se, but I think it was fine.
Yeah.
I think it was just the best play because we didn't know what they were going to do either way. It just covered their options, right? I was a bit scared. Didn't want to take too much damage. I think both of us agreed that follow me was just safer. At this point, Heat Wave is not going to kill this Slowbro. It's going to do a lot, but it won't kill. It will kill the Lucario. So, quick draw. And they're going to follow me themselves.
Yeah, follow me. Of course, we follow me too.
No, follow me. No, please, follow me instead. Either way, there's the Shell Side Arm, which is a cool move. Does quite a bit of damage, actually. And they get the poison.
Which is really shocking, because this only has a 10% poison rate.
Yeah, but Fiona, 10% is 80% in Pokemon. But look how much that Heat Wave did. That's a +1 Heat Wave. Okay, the crit on Lucario didn't matter.
Crit on Lucario, I mean, that was going to kill it anyway.
That was going to kill
4 Lucarios with that.
I was about to say, that was going to kill 2 or 3 Lucarios. But anyways, that poison is a little annoying because it does put us in range of another Shell Side Arm.
Yeah.
But they bring in Torkoal anyways, and an Eruption is just going to finish that off anyways. So the poison, at the end of the day, not mattering right there. So this is now one of those turns where we just need Volcarona to be bulky. I don't think there's much more to it.
I mean, I'm very confident we take...
Yes, me as well, but still, it's just one of those turns you gotta hope. Because you know this Shell Side Arm, if they go into Volcarona with it, it's gonna be physical. So, and Volcarona's physical defense is not the greatest. So, I really like the option they brought.
Did they even invest in physical?
No, it does damage. It's like it's either gonna be like it's still off its special attack.
Oh.
It just does damage on
it's like Secret Sword. Yeah.
Yeah, it picks which one is gonna do more damage.
I'm actually shocked they chose the Heat Wave. Because that Heat Wave did so much damage, and Eruption would have just destroyed us. See, but maybe they didn't even have Eruption.
I don't think they had it. If they had it, they would have clicked it for sure. Because they were Will-O-Wisp and stuff.
This is where I learned that has 2 different animations.
Yeah.
So Helping Hand Psychic, Torkoal is not going to take this.
Bye,
like
Torkoal.
I said before.
Bye, Torkoal. That was fun. Thanks, buddy. And as I mentioned before, we don't want to let this Slowbro go down. We're both more than content leaving it there. There are only 2 threats on the team right now. Now that Torkoal's gone, are behind the Slowbro. We'll leave Slowbro there, try to take out the other side, and then from there we should be all right.
So Klefki comes in, and we send Impulse. And who was the max again? I don't even know.
Who did we max?
You do.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did. We
didn't
maxed
max.
later.
Yeah,
Way later.
I know we maxed later, but I'm just saying. Don't even remember who we maxed in this game.
So Klefki is the last Pokemon on the field, and we're like, okay, we just want to KO Klefki.
I think I switched in Slippy because I didn't want to go for a Heat Wave and kill the Slowbro with an extra turn of Trick Room. So by bringing in Slippy, it forces them to go down to one last turn of Trick Room. It puts on pressure onto the keys. We'll eat a Shell Side Arm, no real big deal, and we'll be fine from there.
And of course, I Phantom Force into the Klefki. I don't really want to hit the Slowbro because why would I want to bring in a threat on their side, right?
Yep. So Slippy's on its way in here. Slippy looking good. As always, still hate this thing, but it's there. And
I love it.
Light screen is going up, which is fine. It makes a lot of sense. We have a Volcarona. They want that light screen up. And just a flamethrower, actually. So I'm kind of surprised they just didn't go for another Shell Sign.
Yeah, me too. Well, oh, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't. So we Phantom Force, of course.
Yeah.
And
last turn.
I don't remember what happened this turn. Obviously, we Earth Powered.
We Earth Powered. No, yeah, we Earth Powered and Phantom Force.
Oh no, we Weather Balled.
Yes, we Weather Balled into Sun. Right. Because 100 times the super effective boost plus the super effective boost was better than the 90 plus the stab boost. So.
Wouldn't it also get the boost in the Sun?
It also does get the boost in the Sun. Yes.
Yeah.
But they're gonna get the Quick Claw, which is an interesting reveal. So the Quick Claw plus Quick Draw on this Slowbro. Of course, they wasted.
So they set up Reflect, but we're Infiltrator. Oh, also they had Grass Knot. That's what happened.
Yeah,
that's
they Grass Knot. We lost Slippy. They had Grass Knot. We lost Slippy. So the thing is, as comfortable as I am here, I wasn't very comfortable, and I don't even think I mentioned this to you, Fiona. But if they would have got the Quick Claw proc on when we bring Volcarona back in here, or the Quick Draw, or the Quick Claw, they would have actually been able to kill Volk.
Yeah.
And I was very terrified, but I didn't want to say anything because one, I don't think there was really much of a better play, and two, I mean, I didn't want to speak it into existence. So I think here it's simple. It's a very simple Heat Wave, and I think a Phantom Force as well. I think that's what you went for.
No, I darted.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you wanted to kill it so the Trick Room didn't go back up. Right.
Yeah. Because yeah, in case we missed a Heat Wave on the off chance, it would be annoying. But since Klefki's a fairy type, both darts are going to be going into this.
Yeah, and there's a Switcheroo.
Switcheroo comes out
correctly into the Dragapult here, I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we lose our Lumberry, which is a little bit annoying for that Venusaur that's potentially in the back. That's most likely in the back. Of course, we're gonna get that drop on Peppa there. Of course, it doesn't matter. The second dart would have finished anyways with that crit. Without that crit, so Heat Wave coming out. Yeah. Going into the keys. The keys are gonna take it. Not well. Goodbye, keys.
No.
You ever just lose your keys, guys? I lose my keys all the time. Anyways, the keys are gone. It's effectively a 2v1 for the rest of this battle now, which I think is what we needed to do this entire game. And I'm happy we were able to execute here for now.
Yeah. Melatonin comes in, and who has the max? I do.
You have the max. We decided not to max because we can just get Sleep Powdered. We no longer have a Lumberry. We figured we're just going to get a double attack up. They can still max, by the way. We can still max. It's very different from the last two games where we both maxed turn one. But
yeah, it's really strange having a multi-battle where
no one maxes till this point in the game.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Because it's really hard to get the max you want because it switches each turn between the person.
Yes, indeed. You always hate. It's always tough, right? So really the only two turns you can plan are turns 1 and turn 2. Effectively, when you want to be maxing, right? Like you can always go for something like a U-turn to get your Mon in and a max turn 2 if you wanted to. That's really the only way to get turn 2 up. After that, you really got to be looking into the future, which is tough.
Yeah. Sludge Bomb comes out here.
Obviously.
Goes into Volcarona.
Correctly into the Volcarona.
And takes it out. And I go for Phantom Force.
Yeah, just dip off the field. It's great because you're behind anyways. And the sunlight fades, which I think is the biggest part there. Because now we can bring in Urshifu. So
since we're lagging tail.
Yeah.
The play is to protect here.
Yep. every time because it gives us the damage off from Dragapult, which will put the Venusaur in Wicked Blow range after that. Also, what it does is it means we don't kill Venusaur this turn, and we get to kill it the next turn on a turn where it can Dynamax. They're not going to Dynamax. Sorry, yeah, the next turn it can Dynamax, but they're going to have taken so much damage anyways, they're not going to max the Venusaur. So they're going to go Sleep Powder, and surprisingly into the Dragapult there. We were going last there every time of the week because of the lagging test, so I feel like maybe they should have Sleep Powdered Ursh, but either way, we go after it now. I think you just darts, right? There's no reason to Phantom Force anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I just go for darts. Wicked Blow. We're faster, of course, and we will be KOing the Venusaur. If they switch out, then they're just eating a Wicked Blow and darts.
Yeah.
So they're effectively pinned here. They can't really do much.
No, I still think maybe that was the max. They might have wanted to max that. I know it seems weird, but I feel like if they max there, they can live the Wicked Blow and get the kill on Urshifu, and then at least it's a 1v1.
No, because we were for Sash.
No, but they'd Vine Lash. They're G-Max. They'd be Vine Lashing, right? We'd lose Ursh, and then it's a 1v1. They have the chip damage. I think that might have been their max that turn, because now the problem is Horse can't come in and max, right? So
yeah.
we get big damage up. And here's what me and Fiona are considering. Where do we Dynamax? We could Dynamax the Dragapult this turn. No, we can't, right? No, we can't.
No, we can't.
So because we can't do that, I actually think we ended up maxing Urshifu again. So interestingly enough, it just seems to be what we went with. But we figured what we could do is we could max Darkness here. And then if they kill Dragapult, which is what we're expecting with a Lash Out, because I'm going to Darkness and they're going to get the +2. Not the +2 boost on the Lash Out itself. We're expecting Dragapult to die. And when Dragapult dies, we can bring in Decidueye, go for the max Knuckle into the Leaf Blade, and that should just finish the game from there. Once we get this big damage off with Darkness, that should just be the game right there to be effectively over. Max Darkness does come out, connects into this Mudsdale, does about 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does about 50 there.
Rock Slide comes out, surprisingly.
Yeah, I really did expect them to just kill Dragapult there. I honestly did, but it is what it is. I mean, I like that option. Maybe just trying to get the flinch on the Dragapult there, but I think it was too little too late for them.
Yeah.
Either way, they can Dynamax now, but it's just the Darkness away from winning this. I'm not going to bother knuckling. I go for the Darkness. It's the stronger max move here, and it looks like it's going to be a roll if they decide to Dynamax, and they do. I mean, I give them credit for that. I mean, it's a bit late, but why? If it's potentially their last game of the season here, they might as well max. Maybe some miraculous thing happens, and they got to go for it, right? It was like what we did in game 2, right? You go for the game is over, but you try anyways, you know, because you never know.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's effectively over.
Yeah.
Darkness coming out. Darkness going to connect. Goes into this Mudsdale. And Mudsdale, the horse is going to go down, guys. The horse is going to go down.
And we win the game.
Yes, we are moving on to top 8.
We actually make it on in playoffs. We don't lose the first round.
Yeah, we didn't lose in first round of playoffs this time, guys. We did it. Excuse me. But, yeah, no, solid. I really like this set. I really did enjoy it. Definitely a fun little rematch here. It was weird without the Palkia, though. It was weird without the Palkia and the Puke. It was better with the Puke. Bring back the Puke-a-Muka.
It was better with the Puke.
But, no, I think we play I think this guarantees that we play the darn heckin' Delibirds next week. Okay. That is a matchup we are going to play from the other division. We have not seen that matchup yet, as you do see me somehow updating the scoreboard here, because it'll probably shift. You'll see it flicker, because I don't think I'm going to be that good at post-editing. But as you see, it resets here. I'm going to stop it, because I don't need it to keep looping like that. But Fiona, on to top 8, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Hopefully we can make further.
Darn heckin' Delibirds, guys, by the way, next week is going to be an amazing battle. I was looking at the matchup earlier because I wanted to see when we were making our transactions. I was looking, okay, can we do anything that helps us in multiple matchups? And we figured if we won, we were playing the darn heckin' Delibirds. It was a very telegraphed because we were 5th seed. 5 will play 4 every day of the week. Since the top 4 got buys, 5 will play 4 every day of the week. So I figured I could look a little bit ahead. But looking at their team, I'm really, really, really excited for next week's battle. It should be a really good one. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Fiona, you got anything else to say here?
I got nothing else to say.
Nothing else to say. All right. Well, in that case, guys, thank you guys so much for coming out to the video here. I think it was great. I think we doesn't click support. Hashtag go doesn't click. I don't know why I'm rambling on. I have a tendency to do this, but I'm gonna stop rambling on now. I will see you guys next week for more multi-battle action. So until then, guys, yeah, I got nothing. Until then, I made it sound like I had an outro. I'm gonna stop rambling, guys. See you, catch you in the next video.